DJ Vlad and Lord Jamar speak about rappers over the age of 50 that are still doing really well. Let's talk about it. This is Fresh Hip Hop Opinion with your guy Oleezeh. Don't forget to subscribe. So yes, DJ Vlad on Vlad TV, we all know, has reunited with his longtime friend Lord Jamar. And Lord Jamar was criticized heavily for returning to Vlad TV. In a recent interview, they were speaking about Young Noble from the Outlaws. Young Noble, who unfortunately passed away from a self-inflicted wound, so RIP to him. But Vlad was saying how Noble was going through some financial issues in the latter part of his life. He even was meant to do Vlad TV again, but he priced himself out in terms of negotiations. Vlad was saying Noble still wanted to do rap, what he was rapping. He even had a diss song towards Nas in the last year, which was really left field because obviously we know Tupac dissed Nas back in the day, but even Tupac made amends with Nas before he died. So you can really see that Young Noble was in a bad mental state within the last few months of his life. He even wanted the Outlaws to reunite for another album, but none of them are really on the hip hop scene right now like that, not in terms of rapping. But yeah, Vlad and Jamar was speaking about rappers who are still doing it big, moving the needle over the age of 50, because they felt like Young Noble should have transitioned. The rappers they agreed that were still moving the needle, doing well in hip hop today, who are over the age of 50, obviously like Nas and Jay-Z for one, or for two. Nas obviously is doing technology more now. It still comes out with an album and still does very well. Jay-Z's the same, hasn't really touched the mic in a while, but we all know if Jay-Z was to come out of an album, it would do big. Snoop Dogg, the omnipresent Snoop Dogg, always rapping, always making noise, and always a valuable person to feature on your songs. Although he did say Dr. Dre's kind of lost some of his magic. The Dre produced Snoop Dogg album really didn't do that well. Even though that was a Snoop project, it was really highlighted because it was a Dre produced album. Like, when has a whole Dre album that's produced by Dr. Dre not done numbers or had some sort of huge buzz? This is arguably the greatest producer of all time, not just in hip hop. Eminem was another example of a rapper that still can move the needle if he came out with an album right now. He still sells, even though he's not spoke about in the hip hop news blogs and vlogs. He's still someone that when his album's coming out, people pay attention. Even if you just check the numbers itself, Eminem's still high on that list. He'd probably outsell most rappers that come out and who are current right now. And that's not even getting into the skill level, which obviously he's up there. Then you have rappers like Common and Method Man, who have transitioned to TV and movies and films, who if they dropped an album, of course their core audience will go and check it out. They're some of my favorite rappers. But will they be producing big numbers on the Billboard charts in 2025? Very unlikely unless they've got a huge feature from someone else. Vlad bigged up Busta Rhymes to be one of the greatest hip hop performers of all time. But again, is his albums really doing big numbers like it was back in the day? And you probably got to say no. He's making most of his money from touring non-stop. And then you have veterans like Raekwon and The Clips, who respectively both put out solid albums in the last couple months. Again, they are not going to be on the Hot 100 Billboard chart doing big numbers, but I can say for myself, because I listened to both of those albums, they were blazing. Now, is Raekwon doing a whole bunch of different business ventures outside of hip hop? Definitely. And same thing for The Clips. So again, examples of rappers that wouldn't move the needle today but still have transitioned to make money from places besides hip hop. And then Vlad and Jamar spoke about other rappers have transitioned, like Joe Budden, Nori, Jadakiss and Fat Joe. Rappers from a different era who haven't completely retired from hip hop, but at the same time can understand they're getting older. They're no longer the cool, popular young rappers and have transitioned to a different whole industry. It was an interesting debate, an interesting topic that Vlad and Jamar were talking about. And I have to agree, if you are a rapper that's over 50 years old, hip hop should not be your main source of income, especially not rapping. You should have a whole bunch of other business ventures that are generating you enough money to live life. Obviously not very easy to do, but something that you have to put into place so you're not rapping and trying to compete with a whole bunch of 18, 19 and 20-year-olds. But that's just my opinion. I want to know yours. Do you agree about rappers over 50 not depending on a rap career anymore? They should have transitioned to other things like podcasting, business ventures, and other means to get that moolah. Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. This is Fresh Hip Hop Opinion. Peace and love.